Is one of the best young actors working today, and now he stars in the new romantic comedy What If, though you may know him as the little-known literary and cinematic character Harry Potter. I am honored to welcome a great actor, Mr. Daniel Radcliffe, to Good Day Chicago via satellite in New York. Good morning, Daniel. How are you, man?
Hello, sir. I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, very well. Well, What If hits theaters today, so, let's start out with that. Yeah. One of the things I want to talk about is that, romantic comedies, they're such a great genre for people because so many people look at them and then sort of compare their own lives to them. Do you ever do that? Do you ever watch romantic comedies and think, man, I wish my life were like that, or I'm glad that my life isn't like that?
Yeah, I think it's probably more like I'm glad my life isn't like that, and I'm glad my life isn't that complicated. But yeah, I definitely I don't think I think my favourite romantic comedy of all time was Arthur, the Dudley Moore, Liza Minnelli movie in the '70s. So I don't think I don't have much in common with that guy, which I'm kind of pleased about, I suppose. Although he's kind of charming in a way. But yeah, no, it's very exciting to have the movie finally coming out. I feel like I've been talking about it and telling people how wonderful What If is for a couple of years now, so it's nice that people will be able to go and see for themselves.
Most definitely. Between this and Orange, you have a great lineup of films this year. We're constantly reporting on young people in the business, young actors who are always getting into trouble or causing trouble, but I feel like with you and Emma Watson and Rupert Grint, we never hear those things. You guys have been able to have a successful career in this business without really getting into any major trouble. So I've got to ask, what is it that you and Emma and Rupert are doing that apparently so many other young professionals in this business haven't been able to pull off?
I mean, honestly, I don't have like a definitive answer, but I think one of the things that I can put it down to is the fact that we all loved, being on set. I mean, I loved being on set, and I loved the work, and that was always the thing I loved about it. And I think if you're 9 or 10 years old and you suddenly get a job on a film set and you don't love it, and there's still a pressure to stay in it, and maybe in that you might very well have become like the main breadwinner for your family at a very young age. I think that maybe that's a lot of pressure that people sort of struggle with. And if you don't like the work that you're doing for however many hours a day, then you're not, it's not going to seem worth it. Whereas to me, I always loved the hours and the people and just being on set, and that was always what I loved about it. And so there was never a danger of me losing focus on that, I think.
For sure. Well, I got to ask really quick. I got to mention the character that a few people may know you from. Obviously, Harry Potter. You've been very hesitant to talk about ever revisiting the role, even though J.K. Rowling just released a short story, updated Harry later in life. You ever stop and wonder maybe what Harry would be doing a little bit later in life, though?
It wasn't something that I thought about. I mean, I think towards the end of the series, we all sort of had our own theories on what would happen and how the series would end. I actually didn't really ever think about what was going to be in Harry's future, because until I read the last book, didn't think he'd be making it out alive. So that was my theory on how it would all end. So yeah, I definitely I've never really given much thought to it, and I haven't even. What's really bad is I haven't actually read the short story yet that she's written. So I need to kind of get on that because people are asking me about it.
All right, fair enough. We'll get on, and then you and I will talk about it. Daniel, always a pleasure to talk with you. What If is in theaters now. Be sure to check it out. Thanks to CBS Films for setting up this interview with us. And Daniel, when you come to Chicago, let us know, man. We'd love to have you in.
I would love to be there. Thank you very much, man.
Thanks, man. We'll be right back.